This is KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group, and he's in studio with us again. Neil, welcome back.
Good morning.
And Dave with Rotary, Dave Artz is here from the FM AM Rotary. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I say FM AM Rotary because there's a lot of you in town. There's a lot of Rotary groups in town.
Yeah, there's actually 5 clubs in the Fargo Moorhead area. There's FM AM, which is our meeting, which meets at 7 a.m. early in the morning, thus the AM part of it.
Yeah.
There is a noon Rotary. There is a FM PM Rotary. There is a Moorhead Rotary Club. There's a West Fargo Rotary Club. So there's a time of day if you want to get involved in service work and do something for a cause.
Yeah.
Rotary is fantastic.
What is Rotary?
Well, Rotary started. It's a lot of things. Rotary's been around since the 20s. It's a philanthropy. It's a club that does service work and causes. What we're, I think, best known for is back in 1979, Rotary International decided to take on a cause, and it was to try and eradicate polio, and that's what we're best known for. And back in 79, they took the initiative that they wanted to do that. And since that year, Rotary has contributed over $3 billion to the cause of research for polio. It was basically down to 2 cases of polio in the world. We had almost had it 100% eradicated, but there was still a couple overseas. And it has come back a little bit in the last 5-6 years, but it was 99.9% eradicated at one time. It's still at 99%, so it's definitely done it. But that's the big cause for Rotary International.
Do you happen to know the amount of cases now? Because you said 2. I'm just curious what that.
I think it's up to about 27. But they're all over in like African countries, things like that. There was 1 case in the U.S., but it's pretty much under control. Hopefully someday it will be totally eradicated. But today's world, who knows? Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I think about it. We're only we're not far removed from an entire generation that either suffered with it themselves or remembers lining up to get the vaccine, it being a real, you know what I mean? We're really not that far removed from that.
No.
And I feel like sometimes we think that was ancient history, and it just was not. We are 1 generation removed from that.
Absolutely. One kind of interesting fact is Teddy Roosevelt, our former president, had polio. And, it's kind of interesting timing is the Teddy Roosevelt Library is coming up this year.
Is.
But, if you want to know someone that was famous, he suffered from polio.
Yes.
There's a young lady who died in my parents' house from polio. So
Okay.
Really?
Prior to my lifetime, it's an older house, but
Right.
it's not that old. Just because we found the documentation.
Yeah.
So Rotary begins as sort of, that's the beginnings.
Yep.
But wow, Rotary has done so much since then.
Yes. And individual clubs, for example, will take on causes. Like FMAM, we took on a cause in Guatemala. We've had over 30 trips over the years in our club's existence where we have gone down to Guatemala with volunteers and helped build schools and water wells and things like that. And what an experience for people to go down and work there for 10 days and see what it's like. I know we had a local TV reporter that went down one time and did a whole story on it and did a half-hour deal that really impacted the FM community, could see what was going on. And it's eye-opening. To go down and see that. I
mean, what do you guys not do? I mean, I'm just thinking of like in our backyard, all of the things that are happening because of Rotary. Like we've talked about the kids' playground. We were just talking about that before we went on air. 2 of the most beloved playgrounds in our area are because of Rotary clubs.
Correct. The Lindenwood Playground out at Lindenwood was a 5-club joint effort to get that up and running, and then after that they took on another one project, a joint effort again, and that was the Miracle Field over in Moorhead. So that, and then 4 years ago, the concept for the natural playground came into it, and we that took some time, and it was a lot of work and fundraising to do it, but people that have been there absolutely love it. Kids can be kids again.
Oh, it's the best. It is the best. It's one of the best for sure. When you join a Rotary Club, what does that mean? Like, how often do you meet? You have a pretty set schedule, right?
Once a week. We meet. Our club meets every Thursday.
Okay.
And there's dues like there is in anything, but for this day and age, the dues are really not that bad.
Right.
And it's more about it's not only the service work we do, but the friendships and the fellowship that comes along with it.
Yeah.
And it's both men and women. So, it's really a great social event too for people.
And I mean, it's all about helping your community. It's all about finding ways that you can give back to your community, which is incredible. One of the ways that you're doing it, and which is why I was like, you got to come in because it's Rotary Rib Season. And Neil's like, what's that?
It was the most attentive I've been on one of these.
He's like, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah.
But Rotary Rib Season has become sort of infamous around here. And you guys sell ribs. And it's all, it all goes back to all of these organizations that you want to touch and service projects. Okay, so let's talk about the ribs.
Well, the ribs, they're actually, they're going to make you hungry talking about them even. What it is it's a 2-pound rack of pre-cooked pork ribs. And there's 2 different flavors. There is a barbecue and a teriyaki. And the teriyaki is a unique teriyaki flavor. It's actually almost 50-50 when people are ordering ribs from us. The gentleman that owns the company that we buy from, it says we have the highest percentage of teriyaki sales than any other ones that he deals with. But you pop them in the freezer, you take them out when you need them, you let them unthaw, put them in the oven or on the grill for 35 minutes, they fall off the bone. And I know Amy's had them a few years and can attest to it. The other thing that's great, we're coming into lake season.
Yeah.
And family reunions and things like that. You want something that's quick and easy to do. I had one lady order 25 racks of ribs because they were having a huge family reunion. And it was the biggest hit afterwards. She said it was so easy and people loved it. And they're inexpensive when you think about what food costs are today. A rack of ribs comes out to $16, and it's a 2-pound rack. And
it's done. Like it's
done.
Cooked. It's
Actually,
done.
I was thinking company happy hour.
Yeah,
absolutely.
there you go.
Some companies have actually bought it. Some companies have bought it and has given it out as gifts to their employees.
Yeah.
Here's
that's
a rack
smart.
of ribs for the, it's summertime. Just an appreciation type gift. So there's a lot of things you can do with it.
And you can't mess it up.
No.
Because they're already cooked. The barbecue's already on
You
there.
don't mess up your shirt.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, just make sure you turn on the oven.
Right, exactly. Just turn on the grill, turn on the oven. You can't mess it up.
Yeah.
How long are you guys selling these for?
Okay, the pre-sales on that go through May 15th.
Okay.
And as far as ordering, you can go to, which is surprising, we were able to get this domain, rotaryribs.com. So
There you go, just that easy.
It's so easy, and you go on there and you just pick out what you want. What's neat about it is these ribs are made to order. We order them. We put in our final order on the 16th, and these ribs are going to be delivered on the 21st. So a week later, you'll be able to pick those up. The pickup spot is at the Delta Hotel in the West parking lot, and it's from 3 to 6 on the 21st. And one thing that's good, someone might say, well, I'll get to this. You can go on and order now. The day before and stuff like that, you will get reminder emails that your ribs are coming. So we have that set up, which was kind of nice. When we first started this, we didn't have that technology.
Yeah.
We had to call people and say, hey, your ribs are going to be in.
The calling tree was hot.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we made it a lot easier. And
Perfect.
going to that 4-pack, because typically we were finding people weren't just ordering 1 or 2. And to keep the costs down, because things have gone up, we've been able to maintain the same cost basically going this way as when we started. with the 4-pack, because you're saving $2 of what you would have if you would have bought them individually per rack.
So nice.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome back to KFGO for a cause. Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group is here with his credit card out.
I'm buying ribs. I was trying to do it while we were live, but then on break, apparently it's I'm not as technologically savvy as I thought I was.
That's so funny. I was like, Dave, we're making sales here. We are making sales.
That's awesome.
Let's talk a little bit more about what you've loved the most about your Rotary Club. I know a few other people in some of the other ones. I don't think they're in yours, FM AM Rotary, but doesn't matter.
A lot of people don't want to get up that early.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Being a morning person or being a night person is morally neutral.
Yes.
I like to remind people of that.
That's a good way.
It is. It's morally neutral because morning people really think they're better than night people, and night people really think they're better than morning people, and it's a morally neutral topic. No one's better than anyone.
That's why I just don't sleep.
It's same.
Morally superior.
Same. I am also. I that's so funny. I asked my co-host during the week, JJ, the other day. I was like, "Am I a morning person or a night person?" He's like, "You are both of those, and it doesn't make any sense to anybody." I was like, yeah, I am. Okay, but what's sort of been your passion behind Rotary, or what have been, I know you told us about your Guatemala trip, like the playgrounds that are in town. I don't think people realize how many different ways you're touching the community, because let's take these ribs, for instance. Let's come back to you. Let's take these ribs, for instance. Where is all the money going to go? Like, what is your plan with the Rotary Ribs fundraiser? Well,
this year we've chosen different. We have a list of local charities and causes that we like to give back to, and I know YWCA is one of them. There's a couple others that we do. We've done Legacy Children's Foundation. There's a variety of different organizations that the money goes directly back to impact. And our goal is to impact the kids of the community, and so these organizations are towards the kids related type stuff. And it's rewarding.
And there's a power in numbers, right?
Yes,
That's the whole idea, I think, behind Rotary. Not that I've ever been in a club, but from the outsider's perspective of it, that there's a power in numbers. And when you get together, you can do something really cool, really big for these organizations or for your community. And that's the idea.
I mean, we take on volunteer projects throughout the year, like the food pantry. We'll get a group of us and we'll go over and schedule time to do the food pantry. Great Plains Food Bank. One of the other ones is Feed My Starving Children. All the clubs get involved in that, and that's just a fun time.
Yeah, it is.
So I think one of the big things about Rotary is just the fellowship, and it's a great way to stay connected to the community, but also meet other people in the community. Within the club, and you form friendships that are lifetime.
And there's so many people that want to do good charitable things, but they don't know where to go, and they don't necessarily want to put all their time and effort into just one. They like to spread it out. So it's nice to be part of an organization that is just always thinking about it, and then to have a partner to go to it. Because some Tuesday night, I'm like, it'd be nice to do something, but I don't know if anyone would be there or not. Versus with a club, you go there and you're going to know some people there, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and it is really interesting. It's a great point you put up. People want to join, but they don't know how. I mean, there's a generation that kind of got missed on that. It used to be huge, the Eagles, the Elks, all those places, and that was kind of the times. And Rotary was stronger then, too. And then there was a dip, and, there's been a resurgent because there's so many things competing for people's time. And it's okay, where can I carve out a little bit of time?
But I think there's this resurgence in wanting to get tapped back into your community, to do good, to understand what's going on, to understand how you can make an impact.
Yes.
I think there is.
There is. I agree. We're starting to see a surge of younger people wanting to do that, but you almost do need a buddy system.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
You need to find someone that either you know in the club already or someone that has the same vision.
Every person listening knows Dave Artz now, and he can be your buddy. Right?
Sure.
Sure. But I mean, you don't have to know someone, right?
No, I knew
reach
no one
out.
when I joined.
Yeah, I
knew
love
no
that.
one.
I love
a company
that.
I used to work for, the owner said, you should get involved in some service work. And I had done service work prior in other clubs and different organizations, but I checked out a couple of them, and that's one thing I would encourage. Don't commit to one. Go, you can come into any one of the Fargo Moorhead Rotary clubs as a guest. And, you're going to get fed, too, and at no dime to you. Like we have breakfast, the lunch, there's lunch at the noon one and stuff. So come in and check it out. See which one you feel comfortable with. I checked out a couple before I made the jump to the FMAM.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to feel comfortable with when you walk in and who you're going to be joining. Because you're going to be, once you join, you're going to be with them.
Yeah, once a week. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's more than I see my husband sometimes, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, that's some dedicated time that I don't even get with my friends anymore,
No, life is so busy.
Life is so busy. But that also is the beautiful thing about how the club is set up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that dedicated time, that dedicated day of the week where you just know where you're going to go and you're going to get stuff accomplished.
Yes.
Listen, if you're meeting every week, stuff's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing our club does is every week we have a speaker come in. We just had the superintendent of Fargo Schools was in a couple of weeks ago. We have some people in the community, so it's not just meat for breakfast.
Yeah.
You get to hear about from people in the community that are involved in the community too. So it ties you more and more into the community.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, we've talked so much about getting involved in Rotary. Mm-hmm. How do people start that process?
Basically, you can go on Google and just type in Rotary Clubs Fargo Moorhead, and it'll bring up the 5 options.
Okay.
And so, or you can go, if you want to get up early, fmamrotary.com.
There you go.
Or if you happen to know someone, reach out to them and say, hey, I just heard some talk about Rotary. Tell me more.
Okay, tell us something that you've loved the most out of your time in Rotary, or a service project, or something that you felt a little bit more passionate about than the next.
Well, when I first got involved, they had taken on one of the causes and getting very involved in Legacy Children's Foundation.
Yeah.
And
that was like one of the first nonprofits I met through the show because of Neil.
Yes.
And I'm enamored with them.
Mary Jean has done a phenomenal job. And just to go out and see what they've done, and it wouldn't happen without some of the supporters that Mary Jean's been able to go out and get. And it fell right into our club's vision and wheelhouse, children and kids. Mm-hmm. The program is phenomenal. It ended up, I got so involved in it, I was on the board of Legacy Children, so it was fun to see. And through that, I was able to go to Washington, D.C. with the kids a couple of years ago. But none of that would have happened without Rotary.
Yeah.
I would have never made those connections. So you just never know what might come out of it. There's always, and working with the ribs is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun watching people come, and that it's all going to a good cause.
Yeah.
And that's you see at the end, and then when we write the checks out to the donations to the different organizations. It's time well spent.
Yep, for sure. RotaryRibs.com if you want to order those ribs that we began talking about at the beginning of this. Neil already made his order. What'd you order over there?
I got the combo pack.
The combo pack.
You
there
won't
we go.
regret.
Yeah, you won't regret that.
If there's any you don't like, I know Amy will be glad to take a rack off your hands.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Everyone at KFGO, happy to take them.
So just so you know, the day that they get delivered is also corporate cup. So if you're doing a team event and then afterwards you're like, well, maybe we should just have some ribs, or maybe we can get them delivered out to the field.
Good idea.
One thing that just came up, you talk about corporate deals, is I've got one person that buys it for his company, and every Friday they do a small office barbecue. So once a month, the ribs are on that. They do burgers and all that, but he's incorporated where once a month they use the ribs.
That's fun. I love that. Okay, RotaryRibs.com. You can pre-order until the 15th, and pickup is on the 21st. I'm never doing Corporate Cup again. I did it once. We had one end up at the hospital. It was like, we are adults here. Okay, let's do adult things. Let's go on bikes that go nowhere and weighted vest walks. Okay, but RotaryRibs.com. Get them ordered. FM AM Rotary. Dave Artz, thank you so much for
Thank you for thinking of us.
Thank you. And thanks for your passion for our community.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have people
Neil.
like you.
Yeah, a pleasure, guys.
Yeah. Neil Van Dam, thank you so much.